Hi, right, here's today's grow joe. I'm going to do some winter pruning. Now this you're seeing at you just in front of me here is a cherry. Now it's only planted a year, 2 years ago, and so it's quite young, but you can see if you pick out here, here's the flower buds ready for next year's cherries. Cherries are fantastic plants. They just tend to die occasionally for no apparent reason, and they're very prone to fungus in the soil. You must never prune them this time of year. They do tend to pick up a lot of diseases if you do that. So we're going to go on to another one. This one. This is a Victoria plum. Now, I could prune this, but it's the wrong time of year to do so. There's 1 or 2 branches I wouldn't mind nipping out on this, but I'll look for it after it's fruited, if it does fruit this year. It's very tall, you see. I don't want it to get too tall. It's one of these supermarket ones which you're never too sure what they're grafted on. They may be a semi-dwarfing and they may not. Now here we go on to an apple. Now the apple, it's got a bit of bad stuff going on here. Look, you can see when it was planted originally it had got a little bit of a snag, so we'll take that off. Yeah, now if I look at the cut edge, you can see there's a certain amount of fungus and necrotic material. Oh, that's a good word, isn't it? So I am going to carefully, he says as he does it very incautiously, nip that off there. I'm quite happy with that. That's a nice clean cut, so hopefully it won't die back to there. And you can see up here we've got 2 branches. Don't mind 2 branches, they're too close. Gonna have problems with that, aren't I? Whoops, there we go. Gonna have problems with that as that grows. So I'm going to take this one here, nip it out. Hopefully the branch will grow then in that direction, and I can make it one of my lower branches. That gives me 1 leader left, which that'll do as a leader. 1 or 2 other branches, like this whippy one here. Well, I'll take that out to an outward facing bud, so that's nice. Another one here, it's not too bad, outward facing bud, and another one. So look for an outward facing bud. Notice I'm always doing sloping cuts. Now here we go. Now I don't like this. That's what happens with young trees. When they're young, they produce branches at the side. Take them out. You need a nice clean stem. That's it. The trouble is, any weight on these tiny branches will really just pull them to the ground. You won't get apples on them anyway. Well, you will, they'll be eaten. So now I've got myself 60 centimetres of clear stem there. That'll do for now. I want him to trim off that one. So, and that one as well. Don't like it. This is quite a big one at the back. There. So now what I've done is cleaned the stem up. So now hopefully I'm on the track to make a nice shaped tree. If you mess it up one year, don't worry. You know, you always catch up the next year. And this one again, this is a lot more vigorous. But you can see here what we've got on this young tree. Where have we got? This young tree, we've got a crossover here, and this one goes right through the centre of the tree. I want that out there. So now we're looking at a lot nicer shape, and we've got a tiny one here. It's really a bit weedy. You'll never get a decent apple on that. Trim it out to an outward facing bud, and the rest of the tree for a first year, I can't see anything horrible about it. I don't mind split leaders, not at this point. I will trim it out before it gets much higher, and 1 or 2 of these branches at the top do need trimming. I do not want an enormously high apple tree. Apples on the top never get picked, they only fall. And here we go again. We've got the base of it here. So I'm going to take off 1 or 2 of these low branches. I know it seems cruel. It's put a lot of work into them branches and it needed them. But Means I can get a lawnmower under it now. This one here is going to really annoy me. It really is. It's in the wrong place. You look at it, it's a smashing branch, but it's not where I want it. So I'm going to take it deep back here. It's better to do it now than to do twice as much wood later. So there, I'm happy. My kids can play football. As you see, there's a football goal ready set out without walloping the tree. One, two other things. You see this that's coming out, well, lovely. This branch here, perfect branch all the way along, just what I like. There, in the right place and everything. Okay, and we look at pears then. Now we've got some pears out the front that we've espaliered and trained up out the front. Here we've got a nice pear, nice and blocky. Ignore the blueberry, that's going to be moved, it's in a pot, it's just there for convenience. Again, we've got low branches. Isn't so bad here, a pear, and a pear all fruit from low branches, and I'm not too worried. However, I want to just drop one or two of them, just to raise the crown just a little bit, and just make it a little bit more easier to live with. Do it now, a little bit now, saves a lot later. And that is a nice looking tree. It's got 2 leaders. I'm not bothered. I don't want it to get too tall. And if it splits the leader, it means that I can always put my foot somewhere when I want to go and pick the apples or the pears. Another thing you've got to do, this one, well, it's got a nice branch here. Looks great. There's one there going across. That one wants to come out. And you look at that lot there. Oh, it's going to be a tangly mess. I'm going to say that till next year's pruning. I'm not too sure about that yet. And that's a nice thing with pruning, there's always another year. And if we go and have a look, I'll show you the winter done apple trees. Oops, there. Now you can see they've already been done. The whippy leaders have been taken out, all the high stuff's been taken out. So really what you've got is a tree that looks like an umbrella. And that really is what we want. Okay, that's today's very wobbly video about winter pruning for young trees. Vince is signing out.